you! Yeah, you! Ever wonder what an octopus, a chameleon, and a Komodo dragon have in common? No? Well, buckle up because we're about to blow your mind!
Ah, the octopus, truly the Houdini of the ocean. Did you know that an octopus has 3 hearts and blue blood?
3 hearts? Wow, just think of all the relationships it could juggle at once.
Exactly! And speaking of relationships, did you know that an octopus can change its color and texture in the blink of an eye? It's like it has an entire wardrobe coded into its DNA.
Yes, it's astounding. This color change is due to specialized cells called chromatophores. And it's not just for camouflage. It's also a form of communication. It's as if the octopus is talking through its skin.
So, it's like the octopus has its own secret language. Wonder what it would say if it could talk.
And let's not forget its intelligence. Octopuses can solve puzzles, open jars, and even escape from sealed aquariums. They're like the little Einsteins of the marine world.
Hey, you! If you're digging what you're hearing, smash that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's coming up.
Now, let's move on to the chameleon. This little master of disguise can change colors even more sophisticatedly than the octopus. And did you know that chameleons don't just change color for camouflage, but also to communicate their mood?
So, if a chameleon turns red, it might be angry? Or maybe just embarrassed.
Haha, good question. But that's not all. Chameleons have independent eyes that can move in different directions. It's like having 2 GoPro cameras on your head.
Exactly. And this 360-degree vision allows them to have an incredibly wide field of view, useful for hunting and avoiding predators.
And speaking of predators, let's get to the Komodo dragon. This behemoth can eat up to 80% of its body weight in a single meal.
Yes, and the Komodo dragon has saliva teeming with toxic bacteria that help paralyze its prey. It's like it has a biological weapons arsenal right in its mouth.
Hey, if you're having a blast, why not hit that subscribe button? I promise, the next part will be even more explosive.
And let's not forget their forked tongue, which they use to detect molecules in the air, almost like a biological radar.
So, we have an octopus that's a genius at disguise, a chameleon that's an artist of color, and a Komodo dragon that's basically a super predator. What a trio!
Speaking of biological radars, did you know that some bats use echolocation for hunting? It's like they have built-in GPS.
Ah, GPS. So when a bat goes out, it doesn't need to ask for directions like my Uncle Enzo at the toll booth.
And I guess the bat doesn't need to update its map every time it goes out.
Exactly. Bats emit high-frequency sounds that bounce off objects and return, allowing them to see in the dark. It's an astonishing example of how nature has solved complex problems.
Hey you, if you like navigating the world of science like a bat in the dark, hit that subscribe button!
Speaking of seeing in the dark, how about fireflies? They're like nature's disco lamps.
Ah, fireflies. Another fascinating example. They produce light through a process called bioluminescence. It's a chemical reaction that occurs in their abdomen and serves both to attract a mate and to fend off predators.
So, a firefly is like a lonely heart with an open sign always on.
And with a built-in burglar alarm.
Precisely. And bioluminescence isn't just terrestrial. We find it also in the ocean depths, where creatures like the vampire squid use light to communicate or lure prey.
Vampire squid? Sounds like the title of a B-grade horror movie.
Ah, but it's much more fascinating than fiction. These squids have light-emitting organs called photophores that can emit and modulate light in various ways.
So, it's like they have an entire stage lighting set in their bodies?
Exactly. And speaking of shows, did you know that peacocks use their feathers not only to attract a mate, but also to intimidate predators?
So it's like saying, look at me, I'm gorgeous, but come any closer and you'll see.
A true diva of nature.
Yes, and peacock feathers are a fascinating example of structural colour. They aren't actually pigmented. It's the microscopic structure of the feathers that scatters light to create that jaw-dropping iridescent display.
Whoa! So it's not just about the colors you see, but how you see them. Nature's got more layers than an onion, and we're just peeling them back.
Absolutely, and to wrap things up for today, let's just say we've got more mind-blowing topics coming your way. Stay tuned for more scientific wonders that will make your jaw drop.
Woo! Sounds like the script for another horror movie.
You're right, Tess. With science, the plot twists are real and the special effects are all natural.
Exactly. And remember, science is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to discover.
Hey, you! Yes, you! If you don't want to miss the next scientific adventure that will have you on the edge of your seat, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. I promise, it'll be a journey you won't forget. And as Bartol would say, if science were a movie, we'd be the directors of a blockbuster.